back at the WRPB Studios today talking about alcohol. One of my favorite topics. After a long, hard day, who knows what you need, but there's people out there that are going to make sure that we're taken care of. One of those people are Jeff Palleschi from 21st Amendment Distillery. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite.
So, Jeff, the distillery has not opened yet, but we're in the process of getting there.
That's correct.
Tell me a little bit about the vision.
So, 21st Amendment Distillery, you're correct, we're not open yet. We are currently in the design phase right now. So we've selected, we're working with architects right now. We've pretty much selected a layout of equipment and where the bar is going to go. Construction should start hopefully sometime in December, and we're hoping to be open in June, July. But the inspiration, I think, I've been thinking about doing this for a while. I'm still working at another job, but I've had this idea now for several years, and it sort of came to fruition right before my dad passed. He was actually not a military guy. I served in the Marine Corps 4 years, but he had mentioned that one of his regrets was that he didn't want to, or one of his regrets were that he didn't join the service, and he was an only child. It just worked out that way. But we grew up in a small town outside of Boston called Swampscott, Mass. And he was one of the most patriotic guys I knew. I mean, this guy, you know, Rotarian, you know, town council, town lawyer, opened up his own practice. You know, worked his way through college. I think he was the first family member to actually go to college. Wow. So, you know, just at one point I remember him taking, you know, did the parade, you know, was a Little League coach in charge of the 4th of July parade, just kind of just did it all. So, yeah, so when he mentioned that to me about, you know, having that regret, it really sunk in. It really it hit me, and from that point on, I said, you know, I need to follow my dream here. I've been thinking about the distillery a lot, and he gave me sort of that extra kind of kick out the door before he departed this world. So I decided to do it, and 21st Amendment to me is you know, just a time in our country when America was joined together. You know, everybody kind of had a goal in mind. They joined forces, united, and came together to pass that amendment, and that was a special thing for me, I think.
That's awesome. So you're going to be located where?
So we're going to be in downtown Vero Beach, 13th Avenue.
Okay.
Directly across the street from the post office that's downtown. So in Vero you have really two major streets downtown. There's 13th Avenue and 14th Avenue. Right. We're going to be on 13th. There's lots going on in Vero right now. We're going to sort of be in the center of attention down there with the Downtown Friday. There's one of the major parks downtown, Pocahontas Park. You have we'd like to have that alleyway between 13th and 14th Ave. We'd like to make that like the first walking alley in Vero, so that's going to be another special project.
So the distillery is going to be a little bit different than a microbrew or what you're seeing popping up around now. Yeah. This is kind of a new concept for
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So you know, breweries, it's funny, distilleries right now are where breweries were probably like 30 years ago. You know, you had, there's, you know, in Vero alone, there's like 3 or 4 breweries. So they've popped up. They're doing really well. Breweries are still not at their growth. You know, they've not peaked yet. Right. You're still seeing new breweries open. So the nice thing with craft distillation is where there, you know, we were, you know, 30 years ago. You know what I mean? We're kind of where they were 30 years ago. So I think there's a lot of potential. There's still some of those big, you know, big distilleries that we all know of, but craft distillation is getting more and more popular.
Yeah. So now you see these the breweries rather, and they do different types, different flavors, things along that line. Is that kind of the direction that you're going to be going in as well? Will there be a Oktoberfest liquor?
Yeah,
coming up?
so we will. Our plan is to. My passion is bourbon whiskey. I mean that's so we're gonna have a an accent on the bourbon. We're gonna be we're proud about all our products, but
Sure.
bourbon is gonna be kind of a special product to us. But we will make we're gonna make vodka, pretty much all the spirits, gin, rum, agave. We're actually going to do something special, sort of in honor of Indian River County. As you know, Indian River is the citrus capital still of the world.
Right.
So the plan there is to do a limoncello, a limecello, an orangecello, and a grapefruit cello.
Well,
So we want to do that. We want to offer that. We're actually going to put a spin on those two as well. We're going to do what they call a ready-to-drink cocktail, which is like in it. We'll put it in a can. It'll be like almost like a seltzer.
okay.
And we're going to bring that that sort of old world cello into the new and create
Sure.
something new, new seltzer in that area.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll have something for everybody.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really kind of exciting. What's the process or the time frame rather?
So interesting. Bourbon, as you may or may not know, one of the things with bourbon is it has to be aged really for 4 years. You can go earlier than that, but by law it's 4 years. If you go earlier than that, you have to put an age statement on it. But so bourbon, what'll happen is the bourbon we make we'll put in barrels. Technically, we're not going to crack those barrels for 4 years, but there is something in the industry called sourcing. So what many distilleries do is while they're starting out, if they want to offer a bourbon, they'll go to some of these bulk spirits companies that kind of make extra for the guys that are just starting out.
Right.
So we plan on, I have a couple that we're looking at. We have it narrowed down to like 3. What we're doing is we're going to go pick out that one that we like, that special bourbon that has that flavor profile we want. We will pick out those barrels, hand pick them. In the meantime, we will bottle those in Vero. We'll be very transparent, so it'll be someone else's bourbon,
Sure.
but it'll be aged. So we will be able to offer in that 4 years we're waiting on our bourbon. We'll have bourbon to offer folks in the meantime.
Nice.
The other spirits for the most part, vodka, gin, you make it and you could literally be putting it in a bottle that week.
Oh wow.
So there's a quick turnaround. There's no, rum, there's certain things you can do for aging, but technically some of those other spirits are ready quite quickly.
You would think that they would have to be taking time to get to the alcohol content or something.
No,
But
it's
interesting.
once it goes from the mash tun to the fermenters to the still, it's pretty quick process. A few days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing any kind of food, or what kind of visions do you
So
have?
we have a benefit. We have a restaurant. Actually, they're pretty much in the same. Well, they are in the same building we're in, but they have some construction and design things they're going through as well. So we're kind of starting out at the same point. It's called Tui's Downtown. Great guy. He's a friend of mine. Sean Tui's he's the chef in there. They'll be beside us. So what we plan on doing, as long as the government and everything allows us, we're going to do it either way, but it's just what's going to be easier. We'd like to put a doorway with a system that allows folks to order in my distillery, maybe a special menu that he creates and could serve food.
Nice.
When he's not open, we will have a small kitchen area where we'll be able to offer snacks and
Sure.
maybe a sandwich or something like that.
Nice.
So
Fantastic.
yeah,
Well, congratulations on your start.
thank you.
You have a great vision ahead of you and a big undertaking.
Thank you.
But I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I look forward to having you guys there.
It'll be
Maybe
fantastic.
we'll do a show up there sometime.
Absolutely. I'd love to sit
Yeah.
back and drink and chat.
Excellent.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Excellent.
So, keep in mind that there is alcohol headed your way
Yes.
in just a short period of time. Look for 21st Amendment Distillery in downtown Vero Beach coming to you in the early summer of 2022. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Thanks.